one of the most luxurious restaurants in Manhattan, the city's elite dined under golden chandeliers, sipping on the finest wines. The ambiance was one of sophistication, elegance, and exclusivity. Seated near the window, Malcolm Carter, an impeccably dressed black man, quietly enjoyed his dinner. His tailored suit exuded class, and his composed demeanor hinted at a man of authority. Yet, no one in the room knew the truth. He was an FBI captain. As Malcolm swirled his glass of red wine, the restaurant doors swung open. A white police officer, Bradley Ross, walked in, his posture brimming with arrogance. The moment his eyes landed on Malcolm, the air in the restaurant shifted. A silent tension took over the room. Some guests turned their heads, sensing the brewing storm, while others whispered among themselves. Ross strode forward with a smirk. "What the hell are you doing here?" His voice, loud and demanding, cut through the refined chatter of the restaurant. Malcolm looked up slowly, unfazed. "Excuse me?" Ross crossed his arms. "A black guy alone in a place like this? You don't belong here." A hush fell over the restaurant. Some of the white guests exchanged amused glances. The manager, who had previously hesitated before seating Malcolm, now looked visibly nervous. The waitstaff suddenly found reasons to busy themselves elsewhere. Malcolm exhaled, placing his glass down with precision. "Did I break any laws, officer?" Ross sneered. "I just want to make sure you're not a criminal." The whispers grew louder. A couple at a nearby table giggled, entertained by the scene. Malcolm, however, remained calm, his expression unreadable. He reached into his pocket, and Ross immediately reached for his holster. "Relax." Malcolm pulled out a sleek black wallet and flipped it open. The golden FBI badge inside caught the dim light of the chandelier. The smirk on Ross's face vanished instantly. The color drained from the restaurant manager's face. The couple who had been laughing moments ago exchanged nervous glances. "I think," Malcolm continued smoothly, "you might want to reconsider your words." Ross's throat bobbed as he swallowed. He blinked rapidly, but his pride wouldn't let him back down. With a desperate act of defiance, he pulled his gun and aimed it directly at Malcolm. Gasps erupted across the restaurant. A waitress dropped a tray of glasses. Malcolm remained still. His voice was measured when he spoke. "That's a dangerous move, Officer Ross." Ross gritted his teeth. "You think that badge means anything?" Without a hint of panic, Malcolm pulled out his phone and dialed a number. The call connected within seconds. "Hello, Director Reynolds? This is Captain Carter." His voice was calm, but his eyes locked onto Ross with an intensity that sent chills through the officer's spine. "I'm currently being held at gunpoint by one of your officers without cause." Silence filled the room. Everyone knew what this meant. Ross's arrogance morphed into fear. His hand trembled slightly, still gripping the gun. The voice on the other end of the call was loud enough for everyone to hear. "What?" The New York Police Department's director's furious voice blasted through the speaker. "Give me the name of that officer. Now." Malcolm didn't need to say anything. Ross's name had already been spoken in 100 whispers around the room. The weight of his mistake settled on him like a crushing force. He stumbled back, lowering his gun, his face pale as a sheet. At that moment, the restaurant doors burst open once again. This time, it was Lieutenant James Howard, Ross's superior. He took one look at the situation and his face darkened. "Ross," he barked, his voice dripping with authority, "you just pointed a gun at an FBI captain?" Ross stammered. "I didn't know." "Shut up." Howard turned to Malcolm and nodded respectfully. "Captain Carter, I sincerely apologize for this disgraceful behavior. This man is done." Before Ross could utter another word, Howard slapped the handcuffs onto his wrists. The restaurant, now filled with murmurs of shock and disbelief, watched as Ross was dragged out. The arrogance, the power he once flaunted, was now reduced to nothing but humiliation. The couple who had whispered insults about Malcolm now sat frozen, their eyes darting away in shame. The restaurant manager wiped the sweat from his forehead, realizing the gravity of his earlier mistake. The waitstaff, who had hesitated to serve Malcolm, now stood rooted to their spots, eyes wide with regret. Malcolm picked up his wine glass once more, taking a slow sip. He glanced around the restaurant, watching as the weight of their prejudice turned into panic. Then, with a smirk, he leaned back in his chair. "Now," he said coolly, "can I finally enjoy my dinner in peace?"